For the past few weeks, we've been touring around the region on our annual AGWEEK cereals crop tour. We start this week's tour in northeast South Dakota near South Shore.
Our cereal crops take up a little bit more than half of all the research that we do here.
Al Hewer is the manager of South Dakota State University's Northeast Research Farm near the town of South Shore. Like much of the region, they didn't start planting until the first week of May, 3 weeks behind when they'd like to plant. Still, he says their cereal crops are looking good for now. But researchers and farmers alike are keeping their fingers crossed that they won't be hurt by hot spells that have been coming during a critical period for head filling.
The crops look good, but the maturity is obviously behind, and now we're dealing with the summer heat, so hopefully it won't take too much of an effect on yield.
A good yield year here would be 100 bushels an acre for spring wheat and 150 bushels plus for oats. Hewer says it's hard to say what this year will bring. After a rainy May, precip has been down through June and July.
If we can catch another rain and help with grain fill, and now they're talking forecast, maybe a little bit cooler conditions, that'll sure help in late maturity.
Hewer expects harvest will be about 3 weeks behind, but he says the good news is that they're seeing relatively low disease pressure.
Nobody's out here alone, fighting conditions. We're all in this together.
At South Shore, South Dakota, this is Mickle Pates on the AGWEEK Cereals Crop Tour.
I'm here in Wilton, North Dakota on the AGWEEK Cereals Crop Tour with Jamie Scherhammer of Hefty Seeds. And Jamie, tell me a little bit about how this year's wheat crop has been.
We're a little earlier than probably most of the region is, so planted timely, probably the best potentials we've ever seen as far as I see going forward. Like, the crops look really even, they just look really good, really high potentials.
Now we're coming off of a drought year, like you said. You guys started out dry. Talk a little bit about the difference between last year's crop and this year's crop.
Yeah, well, last year's crop, there wasn't one, right? I mean, most of our wheat got hayed. Most of our corn got hayed, like we just didn't have any crop at all. So going into this one, I think we felt like, we were worried right up until the time we got that snow, and then everything kind of fixed itself. And then along with some, again, timely rains, we have the best potential ever. So what I noticed mostly is just attitudes, right? I mean, I still think farmers were profitable last year, but the attitude is so much better this year because of the potentials we're having.
Now we've had a lot more moisture, maybe not so much here as in other parts of the region, but still quite a bit more than normal. Are we seeing any disease pressures because of that?
Yeah, absolutely. Most of the guys we're working with are pretty progressive, so we're actually doing a fungicide with the herbicide application. We did a lot of acres on the flag leaf this year as well, and then absolutely everybody did a head scab application. And part of the problem with those head scab applications has been just product availability. I know now, we were one of the first ones in the area, but as product is shifting around here, I know some places are really short because there are so many acres getting done this year.
In Wilton, North Dakota, this is Jenny Schlecht on the AGWEEK Cereals Crop Tour.
The AGWEEK Cereals Crop Tour is sponsored by Hefty Seed Company of Wilton and Herdsfield, North Dakota, Corteva Agriscience, and Mosaic.
Thanks for watching AGWEEK TV on YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe. We put out new videos every Saturday.